Less than 12 hours ago, I recorded a video talking about how Iowa football, Iowa basketball, Iowa women's basketball, all those programs had seen more attrition via the portal than new players coming in, joining those respective programs. Well, Saturday was a good day for Iowa football. We will talk about the addition of a highly regarded D2 prospect in just one moment. But first, a big thank you to all of you who have liked and subscribed to our channel. Be sure you like this video and be sure you go over to our TikTok. It's a brand new platform that was recently launched. It is linked in the description, top line of the description, I guess right below this video description. But click on the description for this stream and you'll find the link to our TikTok channel. Please give us a like, give us a follow as we continue to expand our coverage here across Hawkeye Nation. Iowa football, Iowa men's basketball, Iowa women's basketball, and who knows, maybe some surprises here coming very soon. From the Hawkeye of the Storm, thank you for your support. So the Hawkeyes landing Ferris State D2 transfer Bryce George. This is a big boy out of Ferris State. He is originally from Detroit area, went to Detroit Edison High School, senior high school. Based on what I saw, he was part of the 2020 class. Here was a kid who played a lot of tight end and defensive end in high school, is my understanding, and he was recruited by some schools to play those two positions. His only D1 offers that I'm aware of were from Alabama A&M and Western Michigan. And yes, Western Michigan's head coach at the time was current Iowa offensive coordinator Tim Lester. So my assumption is that there was a connection there. Surprisingly, he ends up going the D2 route, and Ferris State is a power. I mean, they won 3 national championships since Bryce George joined that program. He's listed at 6'5", 315 pounds, which means he's gained 50 to 60 pounds since he got there over the last 4 years, which obviously is impressive. And I'm not sure that these other schools projected him as an offensive tackle, assuming he can win the starting job. My guess is he'll be at left tackle. I do think Jennings Dunker, if he's going to be a tackle, based on what I know, based on what I've been told, he's more of a natural right tackle. Now, Bryce George, All-American right tackle at Ferris State. So let me make sure I'm very clear on that. He was a right tackle at Ferris State. He was an All-American, 2-time all-conference selection, has played 41 collegiate games. Like I said, he's won 3 national championships with that program. And their last game was a 49-14 win over fellow power Valdosta State. So this is an absolute dynasty that has been built at Ferris State. And Ferris State this past year had the 2nd best scoring offense in D2, 5th best rush offense, yards per game in D2, 2nd best yards per rush average, 3rd in total offense nationally, 3rd in yards per play, and top 10 in 3rd down conversion rate, 1st downs, and sacks allowed. That last one obviously key with the position that Bryce George plays. All those numbers according to our good friend over at Hawkeye Beacon, Elliot Clough. Now, he recently visited Iowa, and my understanding is he had at least scheduled to visit Cal and USC. Now, whether or not he completed those visits, I'm not totally sure, but that should give you an indication of the level of interest that he's had, even though he's a D2 guy with 1 year of eligibility remaining. He's a coveted guy, and the fact that Iowa was able to get him, kudos to Tim Lester, George Barnett, Kirk Ferentz, probably some kudos to the offer, whatever the collective was able to give him as it relates to incentive to come to Iowa. I am no offensive line expert. Let me just say that right off the bat. I know a few things about basic line play. And here's what I can tell you based on some of the highlights that you've been seeing scroll across the screen here. He appears to be really strong in pass pro, albeit at the D2 level, appears to have really good, excellent feet. He's got those hot feet. For a big guy, that's sometimes rare, but he's grown into that big frame and he's gained a lot of weight while seemingly keeping those hot feet. And it appears that he just has very good mechanics. Sometimes I think that's been the question for Iowa tackles in recent time. They may be good in run blocking, but can they actually protect the quarterback and give Iowa passers time to complete passes down the field? He's going to give them 1 year, like I mentioned, 1 year left of eligibility. And he is projected, I think, to probably start at left. Like I said earlier, Jennings Dunker at right tackle. You've got guys like Bo Stevens back. We know Logan Jones is back. Some younger guys like Leighton Jones. I know people are excited about Trevor Lauk out of Indianapolis, but some question marks at those tackle, I should say across the line, some places where they lost depth. They don't have older guys like Tyler Ellsbury, Nick DeYoung to fall back on. And this past year, they also lost Mason Richmond, who had been a multi-year starter at left tackle. Now, somebody asked me earlier today, hey, they got their starter. Is this the guy? I don't know. I'm not trying to sound, totally oblivious or, completely unknowledgeable, but I have no idea. I mean, they brought in Coy Cronk back in 2020, who had been a multi-year starter at, I believe, right tackle for Indiana. He comes and, he struggled with some injuries, but he never latched on at Iowa. They bring in Dejon Parker a couple of years ago from Saginaw Valley State, and there were some high major programs that wanted him. He never latched on. By the way, great kid. I'm guessing he's succeeding at life. One of my favorite players to play at Iowa here in recent time, just because of who he was as a person. But my point is, they've not had a lot of success with offensive tackles via the transfer portal. And here's a guy coming up from a different level trying to play in the Big Ten. We'll just have to wait and see. I hope it works, but we shall see. Congratulations to Bryce George, and a big win for Iowa. This is a kid they were targeting, and they were able to land him. He didn't have to go home and deliberate like some of these players on the basketball side. Kudos to the collective, but to Iowa's coaching staff for making this happen. So, folks, that's all what I've got to say as it relates to Bryce George. You consult your local O-line expert, I guess, for more information, and you can comb through some of the huddle film that's out there right now from Ferris State and Bryce George's career there. Folks, be sure you like the video before you head out this evening. I think I mentioned earlier that it was Saturday. It's Friday. Tomorrow's Saturday. So have a great weekend, and we will talk to you soon.